Sometimes We Talk podcast based out of Austin, Texas. I have two very, 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 very special guests, Miss
KK
and Miss
Kavisha.
Yo, that's dope. They have purple hair. She has blue hair. That is crazy. And I'm in red. Like, there's so many different colors that are going on right now. So this is season 2, episode 3. I have, once again, both these two beautiful ladies here. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. We're going to have a different kind of conversation that's necessary to make sense, which that didn't make sense, which is okay, because I'll edit that out. But moving forward this season, I have decided to start every episode with, how has the quarantine affected you? I will start with you. You tell me what is different. You tell me what is the same. You say fuck traffic if you want to. You can say whatever you want. Just let me know what's a little different. Then also, after you tell us what that is, tell me what you would prefer to be the same after the quarantine.
Okay, so during quarantine, I have saved a lot of money besides shopping on Fashion Nova. But like, I can't go out, I can't go spend money buying groceries, but that's not
essential.
Yeah, we always do that.
For sure.
So I have saved a lot of money. It hasn't really affected, like, I can't go with me anywhere, which that was killing me because I never wanted to stay at the house. So I had to learn how to stay in the house. But other than that, like, I kind of want, like, the clubs to open so we can, like, go out and hang with our friends. But
Favorite club before the quarantine?
okay, I say Kung Fu at the Domain.
Okay, Kung Fu at the Domain, favorite club before the quarantine.
Before the quarantine.
Keep going.
After, yeah.
So I kind of care if I kind of want them to open, but then I'm just like, I don't want to go in there and get I don't want to get COVID, so I'm just like, it's not completely gone. I feel like maybe we still need some time to get it clear.
They're gonna have y'all with gloves, masks, sanitizer.
There's gonna be a drink called the Glove at some point for sure. They're gonna be at the bar, and then the bartender's gonna grab a glove and pour some vodka and cranberry juice in that bitch and be like, "Here you go." At some point in time, I'm very confident.
I'm
about
like,
that.
is that a new
confident
glove or
too.
is that old?
Yeah.
Is that sanitized?
There's gonna be a drink called Mask Off.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then also, where are you going first of all? Like after the quarantine, like where are you going? Where are you heading?
So I want to go out of town.
Out of town.
So
Anywhere?
I want to go to. I'm supposed to be planning a trip to Costa Rica.
Ooh.
So I need to go get my passport first. That's what I'm gonna go do after the quarantine. I'm gonna go get my passport, and then I'm gonna travel because I don't want to be sitting anymore. Yeah, like I don't want to be sitting anymore. So I'm gonna travel after the quarantine.
All right, that sounds amazing. Costa Rica sounds cool. Have you been there before, or is this
No,
a situation with your first time?
It'd be my first time.
First time. Why Costa Rica out of every other country in the universe?
Because I just want to be by the beach,
Okay.
in the
Like
water.
California?
Yeah. No, I'm scared of California.
How are you scared of
Because
California?
they have earthquakes. They're gonna fall off the edge of the earth.
Don't Costa Rica have earthquakes?
I never heard about them having earthquakes, but I know California has earthquakes. They're gonna fall
Anybody who
off the
sees
edge.
this and you live in Costa Rica, please give us the scoop before.
Give us the scoop so we know.
And
What to
Kay,
expect.
let's talk about you. With post-quarantine, pre-quarantine, has things changed for you, and what direction is it for you?
Things have changed, but not so much because I'm a homebody, pretty much, since I've had
So
my
you're
son.
a home body now.
Home herb, yeah, somewhat. But I still been before quarantine. I was working out, going to the gym faithfully, like
What gym?
5. I was going to Fitness Connection,
Mm.
and I went to Fitness Connection because even though it's packed, people say, but that childcare is included
Ooh.
in my price. So
Showing off the
all you
barn?
moms, yes,
Okay.
right here up the wherever we are up the road. So I pay childcare on the regular. I'm not about to pay a double childcare, so that was a pay. I got goals. I'm gonna drive up there. I live like somewhere about 30
South.
minutes away from the gym. But when you dedicate it, you're gonna make that drive. So I was definitely doing that. sticking to my healthy goals, working out, definitely love that. So since quarantine has happened, I've still been going to work, which is I'm considered essential.
Ooh, that's
Because-
nice. That sounds nice.
Yeah, but I would like a break. Like I know y'all who not working want to work, but y'all know y'all enjoying that damn break. Like y'all know.
And that unemployment I heard is crazy right
Yes, people's getting more than what they was bringing home on unemployment. So y'all can't tell me that y'all
Which
enjoying
is
sitting at
crazy.
home, which y'all complained about every day on Facebook. So to those who've been working. But anyways, yeah, I've been working still. I can't go to the gym, so I'm not a home workout person.
now.
I can't I get it's too many distractions at home. So I'd rather go somewhere where I can focus because my attention span it's all over the place sometimes.
We know.
How do you know? What's he probably See one thing and I start a whole nother conversation about something else. That's how crazy. That's why I need a schedule. I have to be on a schedule. Schedules make me happy. I like having a plan, like mapped out. Like you be like, oh, let's go here. I'm like, okay, what day, what time, how we getting there, who all going. Like I need to know
like
these things.
details.
I need details, like how much gas costs, like food.
How much are we paying? How
How
much
much
is it
we
gonna cost
paying?
to
I need to
go?
know everything, like before it happens. I don't like not knowing anything. I need to know what's going on.
Facts, which is reasonable, right? Like that's actually something everyone should do instead of just
But they
trying to
don't. They
spend their
just
cash
like-
out. Like, oh, well, the boat costs $4, fuck it, 10. Like I want a bottle or something. Like, yeah, so that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And your explanation to what's going on is very reasonable as well. I did want to transition to a question that I did post. I got some feedback from. We were going in the direction of, is it okay, or actually no, that's not the question. How soon after a breakup is it okay to maybe go into a different relationship, maybe date somebody else, maybe just be in something else? And we're not talking about rebounds. I'm talking about something that is actually consistent. Like how soon is it acceptable in our minds and the world's minds as far as that goes? And I will start with you, Kay.
Ooh, because I'm selfish, very selfish. I feel like I feel like if you hop back in another relationship after like a month or two, I don't feel like it was genuine. Especially if y'all been together for a while. Like I know guys and women's feelings are different, but dang, you need time to grieve so you don't take that to the next relationship. Or at least if you do that, don't be like throwing it in that your ex's face. Like damn, especially a woman. Like women are so sensitive.
Men aren't sensitive?
Men are very sensitive. They're more sensitive. That's why I don't understand why y'all do it. Females too. Females do it too. But I'm just like,
And you
for
heard-
me, like since my last relationship, it's been almost 3 years. Not saying that that's how long you should take, but take 3 years before you move on. Like, no, you need to make sure you need to grieve over that. Like, you spend a lot of time with that person. I say at least like
24 hours.
no, like 6 months.
6 months. God damn.
And I say that because I need to make sure I moved on before you moved on. Like the fuck? Oh god. If that's the case, or we need to be on different sides of town, different states, something. Like,
You're
so
right.
I ain't seen you, I ain't running into you. I don't want to see it. Like you go, and then you try to speak to me. Nah, bro.
No.
But
Go.
what if it's a breakup?
I ain't over it. Don't talk to me. I'm still upset about what you did. So any conversation, I probably liable to bring it up. And no lie. I'm sorry. Like, I love you. Loved them. I guess you don't put loved them so they don't think you still want
And then I love you, no you
And
don't.
then like it's just complicated because then people still be trying to flirt and touch on you and stuff, and it's just like you make it complicated, and it's just like
Do you let them
I'd rather
touch?
just cut them off.
Do you let them touch and hug them?
It depends. If I'm still feeling you and you come in my way, baby, ain't nobody saying nothing. If you putting yourself up there, and how I see it now, look, if your man or your woman is throwing herself at somebody else and they know they with you, it ain't my responsibility to figure out if y'all together or not.
Oh, she's all about that now. She's all
Oh, that's tough.
It is tough. I'm sorry. But baby, your man, or your girl.
That's his problem, not mine. He knew he had a girl.
We just broke up. What you expect? Shit, it's not my fault. You went ahead and moved on that fast. I didn't tell you to do all that and then try to flirt with me. You expecting the worst. Like, you set me up for failure, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna pass that test.
Oh, that's tough. I hope your response is just as funny.
I would say mine was like 2 years, but I think it depends on the person. Because, like, if you're talking about relationships, but you could be like 3 months and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna talk to this person because he's fine and he's cute and we have great conversation, but you're not with him. But he's just like somebody that, you know, it's like we like each other, we're cool, we have great vibes, and that's about
We two different. Like, I'm the savage, and she the classy type. Megan said it. Definition of us, because I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, so
To the hell,
But like,
no. What
it
about
took me
you?
2 years
Took you 2 years
to
to
get
make
into another relationship.
Okay.
I feel like, but about 3 months maybe. Coming from me, and like this is coming from like how I would feel somebody should wait, and even then that probably ain't enough.
Oh,
Because
not the
if I'm still feeling you, don't even come near me.
Well, you know, sometimes we still talk to our ex, but we just use them for that one thing, and then it's like,
Oh,
okay, gotta go.
that's tough. That's super tough. So, the friends of benefit thing? That's
Yeah,
it?
some
Okay.
people have been the ex, they're like, we still mess around.
But that don't
we're not
work.
together.
It works.
Not if you have feelings for
Sometimes it
somebody.
doesn't.
It don't
Because
work.
one person be like,
Not
we're not,
with
you
women.
knew we weren't together. We were just messing around. Now you acting like you're with me again.
That's different. Like
too much.
Yeah, if y'all weren't together, it will work. But if y'all were together, then y'all try to go to friends
Yeah,
with benefits.
yeah.
It's been successful for me.
That's it.
It's been successful for me. I honestly, majority of my exes are my friends to this day.
Y'all don't be trying to
We
smash
don't
each
mean
other.
smash, and if they do, I shut it down
They don't be
instantly.
jealous
I
at all.
don't. You have a 3-month span with me, right? If I'm dating somebody, if we don't get back together after 3 months, that doesn't matter to me anymore. If we smash after those 3 months, cool. I'll tell you what it is. I've already moved on mentally. I'm good. I give a 3-month rule. If we don't get back together in those 3 months, then it's not gonna happen. It's not
That
gonna happen
sounds
a
like
year
something
long.
from the Steve Harvey Think Like a
Think
Man.
Like
It might, yeah. It might be.
How does
I'm a
that-
man. I mean, that might be, but that's just how I move. Like,
Did you see the movie?
No.
Think Like a Man? What's it
I
called?
did.
It's
a movie.
something. You gotta watch it.
I might have to watch it to watch
Then
myself.
you be
on
like
camera.
fucking KK. You'll get it.
So, Kay's supposed to be telling me some things right now, but she's slipping a little bit. She's a little bit.
I didn't. We were talking about something. Oh, I said.
I'm just kidding. God damn.
No, I'm just kidding.
And we have
Alright,
announcements
so-
to make as well, so just stay tuned to that. There are going to be some announcements that are going to be made for the rest of season 2. I'm not going to do that until towards the end, but go ahead, Kay.
Okay, I'm gonna go on to the next question. And it says, is it okay to be close friends with an ex while in a relationship? You say that?
Didn't we do that already? Wasn't that the?
I thought it was the moving on. How quickly is acceptable?
Oh, you right. I'm stupid. Kay know what she doing. We talked about this for hours. She even yelled at me a couple times, cussed me out.
It's on video. Y'all go ahead. If you don't put it out. Is it okay to be close friends with an ex while you're in a new relationship? How do y'all feel about that?
I will start with that, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine if you set the expectations correctly, right? People don't set those correct expectations. They be like, oh, that's my friend, that's my homegirl, that's my sister, that's this, that. No, if you tell someone like, yo, this is a situation, a year or 2 ago, whatever the case may be, we're cool, we ain't fucked in 2 or 3 years, but we still cool. We can go get a drink and be cordial. Like that's easy. But it's really the niggas that be like, yo, that's my sister, that's my homie. Like we never fucked, we never did nothing like that. And then you find out, and then I believe in my opinion, the women would get mad at that. I don't think women get mad that you tell them the truth up front.
See, somebody understands us. Like, dang.
I think that's right. If you tell us,
Yes.
so because then if we walk into a situation, some girls get mad when they used to date somebody and they're dating somebody new, even though they didn't want them. They still have like, and you're like, why is she like acting like that towards me?
Yeah.
Because he never told you what happened years ago.
Yes.
So I do feel like if you tell us, we're not going to be mad because we know what we're walking into.
And if you are mad, the mad's not going to be as vicious as it can be. Because trust me, fellas, dude, I've been there. Like I have not told someone something and I felt terrible afterwards. But if you let that person know, and I'm not saying you guys are hanging out, you and your ex are hanging out every other weekend. Like it's not weekend girlfriend, weekend and ex. Like it's not that. It's not that, right? I'm just saying, like in the situation of your ex hits you up and like, oh, drinks, we're about to turn out, whatever the case may be. But you've already explained to your person that you're with that is something that happened. Things happen. It might be a situation where it was not even an ex, it was a one-off, right? It's the same concept.
Yeah, like he literally hit it on the nail, and that's all it is with women. Like we just want to know. Like don't set us up for failure. Because if a female looking at me crazy, I walk in the room and I speak, and you giving me eye rolling and stuff, then we got a problem. And then if I don't know why we got a problem, like I just be like, damn, she rude or something.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, oh, you was fucking my nigga. Like I'm fucking your ex nigga. That's why you mad. Okay. Now it comes. So now I'm gonna be upset with her. I'm gonna be upset with him because you should have told me. Like if we supposed to be like each other rock and backbone, as people say, like you need to let me know. Like you need to tell me. Like, look, babe, such and such. We got the same friend group circle, whatever the case you want to call it. Homegirl might be there. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm 9 times out of 10, y'all have talked about exes. Like, y'all have showed pictures of what the exes look like. Y'all have said some shit.
No.
So, for you not to say homegirl gonna be there or homeboy gonna be there, like, dang, that's it. Like, that's just not good. Like, why?
Well, there's differences in opinions, right? Because I've been in a situation like, me and you didn't date, but like, we was cool, right? And I had
Now we didn't date, but on the last time. On the last one, you just told the world. So,
But I'm
can
saying
you trust
like,
him?
but no, but like I had
Me
to.
and my blue hair.
But I had to explain that situation to the person I was with. We went to a strip club together, right?
Yeah.
Like I had to explain that to the person that I was with. Like I had to give them that information prior, before you were dancing on her. It was crazy. It was a wild night.
I was dancing again. Don't remember that.
She's probably
Again, you're
she's probably turned up.
First night out from being a new mom. Mommy was going out.
But yeah, I mean, there should be some kind of conversation between each other, and that's vice versa. Women think things shouldn't be vice versa, right? Like you should still tell a
You
nigga
should definitely.
if a nigga
Yeah.
hooping at the gym and his nigga and the nigga he checking like he guarding is a nigga you fuck. Like that's fair, right? Shouldn't that be fair?
You should definitely let the person know, unless y'all just unexpectedly in a room together, and then be like. But I still feel like you can say something like, "Look, babe, such and such is here," because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, y'all have talked about an ex.
That's not actually necessarily true. I think communication between.
With me, I done told my exes, just in case. Like, this is Austin. Everybody knows.
You know what?
A lot of people know each other, especially on the south
You're in
side.
Killeen, right?
Yeah, I just moved to Killeen.
Oh, that's even
Like a
worse.
month
That's worse.
Yeah,
Well,
like.
I don't talk to anybody in Killeen, so it's good. Because I have a boyfriend, he's down here, so it's all good. I would recommend not to date anybody in Killeen. If
Oh,
you
facts.
Go to Killeen, because that's just tragic.
That's tough.
Unless
You
want
might go to a
benefits.
restaurant. You might go to the restaurant and the server at the table and fuck your girl a couple times. Like, and you serving y'all food with your new girl. That shit crazy and clean.
I
I mean, there's just so
I
many
feel like we
things.
gotta go.
people that
I don't need her touching my
that
food. She might
that
stay.
just be living in Khalees since they're in high school. I'm like, oh.
Oh Lord, my biggest fear is falling in love with someone Colleen who was born and raised.
You fucking definitely posted.
Oh my God, I pray to God my soulmate's not
Those
is
people need
born
love
and
too.
raised there. Like, if you're born there and you get the chance to get out, leave, please.
And then don't tell people you from Khalees.
It's
No,
cheap.
just lie. Just say you from Austin.
Gerald, Austin, Georgetown.
I remember when I was single, they'd be like, yeah, I'm from Khalees. I'd be like, ooh.
That's tough out there. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I'm definitely
I
not.
went out there to visit and I was like, this is not my cup of tea no more. Like, I'm like, about 18, 19, 20, yeah. Cool, we can hang out here. But now I'm just like, baby, I ain't ratchet no more. I don't think I'm ratchet. I think I've grown. Like,
She's ratchet sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you a story. Kay blew up on me. It was 2 days ago.
oh,
She
wow.
went off on me on another level, and I was trying so hard to be so nice. I was like, "Kay, no, that's not what you said. That's not why you said it. Like, what you said, like, explain this." I was like, "Kay, I promise you, I'm trying."
He went off on me
I
first.
didn't go off
He
on
took
you.
my text wrong.
Which is okay, which is why I asked you to call me. This co-host thing, season 2. I have a new co-host for the remaining of the season. My current co-host is in Baltimore, enjoying her time with her family, taking care of that. So for the remaining of the season 2, Kay will be my co-host moving forward, which is another 5 episodes. So look out for that. That transition
No, I was
was.
kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my God. But yeah, Kay will be my co-host moving forward for the rest of season 2. Episode 8 should be the most amazing episode ever if we can get that together. But continue on how I was wrong.
I just feel like he would not tell me where I went wrong in my communication. And he was like, it's okay, it's fine. I'm like, I would like to know what I said wrong, and he just did not see where I was coming from, I feel like.
Well,
And it's not that I was being defensive, I literally wanted to know where I offended him or where he misunderstood me. And it was just like, with Calvin, sometimes it's like his way and he only
That's not
sees
the
his
truth.
side of it.
That's not the truth. That's not the truth.
She said you want it your way, and that's how it's gonna be.
It's like
That's
he
not
saw
the
it.
truth.
It's how he saw it and it's how he read it. So it's okay how he took it. But he didn't want to tell me
She's talking
what
about
made
ex.
him.
She's talking about somebody's ex, not me. So.
He wish.
She's talking about somebody else. It's not me, guys. I'm a very good at communication type person, right? That's just why this is the Sometimes We Eat, Sometimes We Talk podcast. We get to eat and then get to talk afterwards. But what's our next question, Ms. Carey?
Wow. My next topic is, can I kind of go back to,
You do whatever you want.
I'm gonna, so have y'all started any hobbies while being in quarantine?
No. I've dyed my hair like multiple colors because I cut it off because I was just like, I don't want to deal with it. Then I got mad because I cut it off. So now I'm bald headed,
Oh no.
basically.
You
so
can't
now
be, you can't be mixed
I'm
bald
bald headed.
headed. She's
I'm
mixed
bald-headed.
breed. She can't call herself bald headed.
I'm bald headed. So then I was like, I'm gonna try all these colors since I don't have no hair. Might as well get it out the way.
It's gonna grow back in 2 days.
So now it's purple. It might mean something else. I don't know. But
Yellow,
right now, this
orange.
is what it's. I don't like. I did dye orange and purple, lavender,
Not
and
lavender.
blondish. Yep.
Red
Red.
smells good, by the way.
So I probably won't dye it anymore after this. It's just too much now. I don't have no more colors I want. I don't want to do green because I don't like the way it looks.
You tried it?
No.
I think you should do green.
I just don't like the
Do
color.
like a black at the top, like kind of like how I have, like black and then it goes into the color.
I like the green.
Okay, she don't like the green. We gonna make her do green. We gonna vote on it. On Facebook. We'll vote on it.
And then I guess I will go. Nothing's changed because, well, things have changed because my job was I don't know how to fucking explain it because my job was essential and now the business is closing, like altogether.
So even after quarantine,
They won't even exist anymore. And I can't say the name of the company because it's not out yet, but I would think that maybe the biggest change for me or the hobby would be getting back into cooking, like, and being happy and doing it. When I had been doing like the catering and the events and things like that, it started to become a job. I started to really, really hate doing it. I started to hate the DMs I was getting about food. I started to hate how people really just want the food. No one cares to know my name. Like they don't care. Chef Cow, that's it. And the DMs have been wild, but in this quarantine time, I've actually got to sit down and cook just the way I used to prior to all this shit.
You've been posting a lot.
I've been going hard. I've been putting in work. I've been studying. I've been changing recipes, doing a lot of different stuff that at the end of the day makes me happy, and I got the happiness back from it. So after all this, I can't wait to get back in the kitchen and start working consistently and working with other people who cook as well to
He don't do meal prep, so don't ask him.
I don't do
She didn't talk about that.
Because I asked.
He ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't know. Dang.
He don't like
Shoot
it.
my goals down.
Yeah, food is what I deal with. This podcast stuff is something I'm doing now. I'm excited about it. And I'm gonna continue to do it and continue to work on it.
That's what's up. And me, I actually started, of course I do Herbalife still. So if you need some
Herbs
stuff, some
and life.
herbs, you need your life right, contact me, I got you. But I also invested in another business in doing lashes. Like I literally loved lashes since before I knew about extensions.
Before she had eyebrows, she loved lashes.
Yeah, when I came out. Popped out, mommy, when? Glue, I don't know. But so I started that, and that's definitely like just being able to make somebody else feel beautiful about themselves without wearing makeup or like the lash strips is awesome.
You know how serious eyelashes and eyebrows are to people nowadays? They can even put eyebrows on where they look real because you don't have no eyebrows. You can get eyebrows.
Like, yeah, I definitely want to get into that too. But yeah, that's basically what I got into, like just to do something. Because if not, I would have been not going to the gym, sitting at home, doing nothing.
Doing nothing at all.
So why not invest in yourself? Invest in yourself, people. Don't give a damn what people got to say about what you're doing.
That's facts.
Do it. Like, who cares? Because I used to be that person who cared so much about what people would think about what I'm doing. And I learned quickly, not quick enough, but I learned that gets you nowhere because they don't care to support like that.
For sure.
You need people who are in your corner, who gonna support you. Even just sharing something that you're doing is supporting because y'all have different social media platforms, so it's gonna get to somebody. So
Yeah.
definitely do what y'all wanna do. If you've been thinking about something for over a year, do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it.
Do it.
If you got the money, just do it.
The worst.
I mean, if you
can
don't
happen.
have the money,
If you don't have the money and you can find a way around it,
Do
do
it.
it. Yeah.
So most social media is like a big platform.
it is.
So it's all you have is like either it's not gonna work or it's gonna work. So
I can.
go for it.
So there was a post which is very controversial, which I really hated the responses I got. Like it actually hurt my feelings. I posted, can you be pro-black and be with someone that's not of your same race? And that's not with someone white, that's not with someone Hispanic, that's every race that's other than black. And some of the responses I got were crazy. Like the fact that you can't be pro whatever you want to be and be with somebody else. And I just disagree with that. I have mad family that I personally feel is my family that are white or Hispanic and things of that nature, but the fact that you would have an ideal that you can't be pro something and not, like you can be pro-black, but if you're not with somebody that's black, you're not pro-black, which is crazy because all I do is promote black women. All I do is promote black things, right? So that's pro-black in my opinion. And the fact that people think that if you're dating someone out of your race, that takes away from what you're doing proactively, I think that is wild, and I think that's crazy. I think shame on you guys for having that kind of mindset, but I understand that mindset. So I'm not gonna trash anyone. I'm not gonna say that's crazy, because I mean it is what it is. When we're continuously as black people being gunned down by white people, we're continuously seeing different movies about oppression and slavery and stuff like that. As we grow up, I don't blame the people who think that way, but that's just not how I think.
I feel like being pro-black, I just feel like if you're gonna date outside your race, don't downgrade the women or the men for your choice, you know, because it's a choice. Like, that's what you want to do. Like, I have mixed cousins. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
mixed, like, it's going to happen. It's life, it's gonna happen. Yes, stuff has happened in the past, but guess what? Ain't nobody talk about, I had seen someone had comment on it and said something about nobody's looking about how the blacks are killing each other. So is that still kind of considered you being pro-black?
If you're willing to
If
kill
you're
someone.
willing to kill your own kind? So it's like, I think because we are so into technology nowadays too, that it blows up even more. And then as we were raised, our generation, you know, some people might not have approved of it. Like, might have been like, oh, you can't bring such and such
White
here, white here, you know, because of how our parents grew up, because it was still new, you know, even though it was happening.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I just feel like you just should not down talk or downgrade the next woman or man because you are dating another woman of outside your race, because those people are just as crazy as a black woman.
Yeah,
We're just strong and we're willing and we're caring. Like, we just care so much and we just want the best for our men. Like, literally, like, I haven't dated outside my race. I thought about it, but it's just, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think I was like in second grade or some shit. I don't. And I remember.
She remembers the
I
struggle.
remember this white
She was
boy.
7, and he was 7.5, and it was crazy.
Yeah, it was. 'Cause I remember this white boy, like, we kissed and all.
Ooh.
Like, sorry, mama, but a little white boy kissed me. And I don't remember, like that didn't change my mind about dating a white man or a black guy.
A black and a white boy.
Yeah, white boy, sorry, boy, little boy, I don't know what he looks like nowadays, but he definitely wasn't looking like me. But I just feel like if that's what you want to do, just leave it at that. Like, don't try to downgrade anybody else for wanting to. Like, interracial couples, they make beautiful babies, okay? Like, anything that's mixed with African American, whatever y'all want to call us, however you see the world now, anything mixed with us, beautiful.
And there's another thing I want to inject in that, and then of course it'll be your turn. I think that from the women I've talked to, it's a situation where black men put black women down instead of like in regards of switching to a white woman. Like,
Yes.
a white woman does this better, so they put black women down. If I was to date someone that was outside my race, that's not what I would do. Of course, I would keep my core values when it comes to black women. Like, that's something that's important to me, and their presence is important to me. So I wouldn't date someone outside of my race and put black women down. I would still support all the same, and I would also try to understand that particular race that I was dealing with at that time. Not to make it a spectacle or anything like that, but just to make sure that I'm understanding who I'm with, because that's what happens at the end of the day. You have to understand who you're with.
Yeah.
Whether it be someone crazy, someone who's cool, someone who's relaxed, someone who makes sense to
Women
you.
are women. That we all the same.
I don't.
When it comes to attitude, like, if you find, like, you can find.
Some people have a little more
a little
attitude.
extra.
A little extra
Yeah.
attitude.
But it could be black, white,
Yeah.
Mexican, like, that's what I mean. Like, it can be any
Understanding a woman
race.
isn't what her race is. in my
Right, it's
opinion.
not what her race is, and you ain't, like, it ain't just us black people, black women who are crazy. Like, trust me. Like, I don't know.
Are you
some
admitting
stories.
black women are crazy?
We can be crazy. I can be crazy. I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
Well, my mom is white and she's crazy, and my dad is white and she's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're mixed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak about that? Like, have you ever had any like trials and tribulations as far as like?
Well, I date outside my race.
Okay.
Like I dated Mexicans. I talked to one white guy.
It's always one.
sorry guys. But we also get judged so much for dating like a white guy. Black women get judged so much for dating.
I think since my family, like most of my black side of my family, my mom's white, so I'd be like, anybody I bring home, they're just gonna accept it because
It could be either way.
yeah. And then I have like cousins that are mixed with Mexicans, so it's just like we're all mixed. Not all of us, but on my side, on my mom's side, we're kind of all mixed. Like
They love them chocolate men,
You
baby.
know.
I love them too. I love me some chocolate. Even though you see,
But-
probably with some light skin.
I've known some black guys that don't date outside their race because they feel like that other race doesn't understand
Yeah.
how other races see. Like, there's some black guys that don't date white women because they're like, they're like, they could put me in jail. They could say anything, and
Yeah.
the police are gonna believe what they say.
That's a fear. That's a fear.
That's a fear, yeah. I've known a lot of black guys that are like, no, because I'm scared. Like, I could be put in jail behind whatever
Like
that
I have to
person
watch.
says.
Like I can't be me around someone who's
Yeah.
white. Like if I'm dating someone who is a white woman, I can't be me. I'm trying to get out of that kind of mindset, honestly. Even though it's something that's been baked into me for my whole life, I'm trying my absolute best. My brother is married to a white woman, right? And I think she's cool. She's amazing. They love each other. They're great. They're good off. But just like in my mind, I have to overthink scenarios.
Yeah.
Like if I'm with the white woman and she's here, we're hanging out, I have to think about how she get home. I have to think about this, even though I would do that with any other woman, period. But I have to be extra cautious, just because of that idea. Whether that's the truth or not, that's still something that's in the back of my head.
It's history.
Yeah.
It is
It's
history.
what we literally was raised on. So it's like you can't forget what you was raised upon. You know, you can try to change it, that's why I feel like there's a lot of more interracial couples nowadays than it was back then. Because back then it was more secretive. Now it's just out in the open.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. We don't care. Like,
In which there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
We're
wrong
not
with
saying there's
it.
anything
I love all
wrong.
my mixed breed cousins.
I love everybody, every person that's been nice to me. Like we're not saying that that's a problem or anything like that. It's
When
just
the
our
problem
personal
comes
feelings.
into play is when those women try to talk down on the black women too. And be like,
Yeah.
oh, you bald head bitch. Like,
Damn.
really? Like, our hair can grow as long as yours. What do you mean? Like, everybody has yours and it's healthier than yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because we got shrinkage does not mean that we are bald headed. And I actually got called that.
Whoa.
Like,
For somebody to
some
call
girl
something
called
bald-headed,
me. She said, "You black bee, bald headed," and I said,
Was
"But-"
this a story about the guy that she was with?
Yeah, and I said, "But your nigga loved it, and your kids look like me." So,
Shit.
so what you mean, honey? Like, I'll take you and your man. Like, what you mean? And play both of y'all. Like.
Oh,
Let's
no.
not. But anyway, so it's just like scenarios like that to where it's like everybody's like butting heads with each other. Like, you know, like if we just stop downgrading each other as a unit, as
Culture.
a culture itself, even just within each other, like it's like if we ain't doing it within each other, how do we expect somebody else outside of our race to do it?
if we like come together, we would be so much stronger.
And that's something I've thought about Austin as a whole city, right? Like, Austin should be bigger than it actually is.
Yeah.
Like, the city of Austin, don't no rappers rap about Austin.
No.
They ain't never had no cool nights here. Ain't no shit popped off here in Austin for them. It's always Houston, Dallas, fucking San Antonio. Like, we're the capital of the whole state. Like, we should be popping way more.
Because Austin people don't support each other. They
Yeah.
try to like outdo each other. That's why when somebody's trying to go big in business in or modeling, they leave because other cities support each other and we don't support each other.
Y'all should support each other, Austin. I support y'all. I'm not
So I have an idea or a question. You said people leave and they get bigger. Is that something that you guys have noticed throughout your time? Like people leave Austin and then become bigger once they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed that with people.
That's normal, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
But even then, it also in other cities too. Like some people leave to go to another city because the music industry is bigger or whatever
Or there.
industry, or there.
But Austin's so big, like you should be able.
Y'all have South by
If
here, right?
we supported, if we supported each other, people would make it.
People from outside of the city get popping off of South by Southwest versus the people who live up the street from
Yeah.
6th Street.
Oh, they was hurt for COVID. Poor babies.
Our local rappers, our local artists, our local anything don't get recognition until something pops off. But we don't become the headlines because we accept so many different people into the city,
Yeah.
right? And it makes us look kind of crazy because once again, we don't get talked about in the news unless some fucking idiot is dropping bombs on doorsteps. Like,
Yeah.
we
Oh my God.
we don't
Y'all
get.
remember that?
Yes,
Like,
we don't
yeah.
get recognition. The only time I've ever heard about Austin on The Breakfast Club is when that happened.
That's crazy.
I've been watching The Breakfast Club for the last 7 years. The only time I've ever heard the word Austin in any of their interviews is the bombing in South by Southwest 2016. That's it.
crazy.
We don't get talked about. No one cares about Austin.
So
Austin.
death has to be at y'all doorstep.
Before we talk about Austin, the city of Austin.
Basically. But everybody wants to come here. Since I moved here in 2007, I started high school out here. Since then, it has grown so much. Like
It's
people
so
from
expensive.
California, people from Louisiana, people from Atlanta.
But
come to
don't get me
Austin.
wrong though. People who are not from Austin get mad love here. People who are
Why
not from
is
this
that?
city, people from Austin love people from out of their city. They don't love people that are in their city on a consistent basis because they think they can do better than everyone. Everyone thinks they're on the even playing field. Everyone thinks that just because they know who you are, people think that you guys are on the same page, which is not the truth. Like
Maybe that's why there's still a republic state.
there's a lot of Texas though.
It starts with Austin,
There's a
the
lot of
capital.
Texas.
It starts here. No,
People just
but-
come and it's expensive too. Like the more people that come, the more expensive it gets.
Which is the opposite for other big cities like Dallas and Houston. I can get this apartment for $500, $700 over there.
Yeah.
Easy.
it's- Yeah.
Easy. That's normal. But yeah, I mean, Austin just isn't a place. Do you feel better being out of Austin?
I mean,
Financially,
as
right?
Financially, it's good. So, like, I got a 2-bedroom for $625.
I might have to put it on there.
So, like, financially,
Oh,
Y'all better not fuck with me if I come out
It's
here.
good. So, but it's like you still, it's not fun. It's like Khalid's like small and it's little. But
You would think that was
so
awesome.
I would go, but Austin's not far from it.
Mhm.
So you could always drive to Austin and be good and then go back.
I might have to drive. I might have to make that drive, that hour drive.
So the only thing,
To
like
work.
the only good thing about it is like financially.
I'm gonna ask this question. All right, so I have another question. Let's kind of move on from that.
Speak louder.
Let's kind of move on from that. I'm gonna ask this one. This is something that Calvin posted.
Mhm.
How come dudes don't go through girls with phones?
I mean, my answer is I don't. If I ever in any relationship feel the need to go through someone's phone, then I gotta walk away. Like that, if I ever felt that way, which I never have, I could care less what you do on your phone. Just don't. If you could be talking to mad dudes on your phone, flirting on posting, I don't care as long as it's not.
Going
saying-
ham on your phone.
as long
Wait,
as it,
so you can talk to.
you can do whatever you
dudes on
want.
your phone.
When it comes to me, it's a respect thing, right? If you respect me, that's cool. And I don't think disrespecting me is talking to a guy on a post about whatever you posted.
Okay.
I'm
But
not
if you're
a-
in your phone and you're flirting with that person, so you would instantly leave?
Well, I mean, if someone's flirting with somebody else and I'm in a
That's
relationship with them,
disrespectful.
that is disrespectful, and I'd have the conversation. I'd be like, why? And if you can't answer why, then I'd walk away.
Oh, you hear that, fellas? Do you understand why women don't put up with this shit? Like, coming from, like, if y'all would not put up with it, why should we? Why should we stay and be down and ride for you if you ain't being loyal. But you know what I'm saying? Like that literally proves my point.
Because guys can do something
It's
to
a double
you,
standard.
if you do something to them, it's like, oh my gosh,
It's
you
double
like
standard.
just hurt them so bad, and you're a hoe, and you're all these other words because. But it's like you did the same thing. Like you do the same thing.
So is it wrong for a woman to go through a man's phone
I mean, yes.
and,
Per my
and
definition.
find something and decide to leave? Is that
There's nothing wrong with leaving your situation. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't care how the guy reacts. I don't care how you react. There is nothing wrong with leaving somebody at any point in time.
shit?
Like there's nothing wrong with it.
It ain't worth it. You got
It's not. It's
one
not.
life.
It's not that it's worth it. It is how you personally feel. Like you get to decide what you do. I don't know why people think other people decide that.
yeah.
You decide what you do. So if you decide to leave, that is your choice. If you decide to stay, that is your choice. Whether that man manipulated you or that woman manipulated you, that is your choice.
I do feel that because
And
I feel
that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you chose to stay, regardless of how that man felt. If he cried, he said, I was going to kill myself. If he said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm not doing this. It is your decision to make at that time. There is no one else's decision. And if you don't have anyone else to talk about that decision, you still need to make it.
Mhm.
Right? You have to make it. You can't sit there and not make a decision for 4 years and then when 4 years come and expect this nigga to be like, but you stayed for 4 years. Like, I'm so confused. I'm
that's
so
how
mad.
it is, though. That is
But
exactly
it's
how
still your
the
decision.
manipulation.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If we stop talking to you, tell me that you gonna kill yourself, I'm not coming back to you. Like that's your decision.
Damn!
Like
I know
that's
that
your
one.
decision. Like I'm gonna be
Oh,
like, well,
Lord.
since you wanna make that decision,
Make that decision.
I'll be sad, but I'm not coming back to you because you threatened to kill yourself. Like
And that is something that, like, that facet should have only have been used when you were younger. Like, after the age of, like, 22, you
yeah,
kind of should have maybe moved along from that.
yeah.
If that was your go-to move. That was your final move. That was, like, your fade away. That was your post move. When you're in the NBA Finals, like, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to do this. But, like, that is a serious matter, though. But we're not going into that.
So what about in marriage? Is that the same thing? Like
I've
is your
never been
marriage-
married. I've never been
But
married.
would you see it as that same, like, y'all not married and you still view it that way? So when you're married, should you put up with it and be like, look,
I wouldn't say put up with it. I would just say have a conversation because when you're married, that's a contract, right? Like you're
and it can be ripped up,
it,
burned,
it can, it can. And
destroyed,
that
computer
process,
system goes somewhere and you ain't married no more.
and that is cool. That's okay. But I've never been married. I know people who have been married. To my understanding, at the level of what I know, which is not being married, which is a level way below that, I just feel like if you have decided to marry this person, those type of situations should be handled differently than if you're in a relationship, a traditional relationship. You guys are just together. Whether that's staying when you're married, whether that's leaving when you're married, I have no say. I have no opinion about that because I've never been married. Nor I can't control that narrative. I don't know.
And so you just have to wait.
We'll just
Like
have to
it
wait
should
and see.
happen.
We have to just wait and see.
Yeah. Okay.
And see where that goes. So
Now I do feel like that. I mean, phone should. I mean, like if you have to look through that person's phone, I just feel like it just shouldn't be. You shouldn't.
yeah, if you personally feel the need to check someone's phone, that means you personally
Don't.
have a need to not know. You don't know something. Because if that person was communicating with you on a daily basis consistently and letting you know what it is, there'd be no reason for you to want to check a phone. Because if you check the phone, you're probably going to see what that person's been telling you consistently. And that doesn't happen often. I know that's a rare defeat, rare attribute. I get that. But still at the same time, if you feel the need to check someone's phone, you don't know what's in that phone already. From my opinion, but women tell me otherwise. Like, we already know, so we're just gonna check it to get the confirmation. we knew this
Well, you
yesterday.
know, it's so like, when you do
We need
look at
evidence.
somebody's phone, and you're like, and then like you find something and you tell him, he's like, well, you looked through it to find something and you found it. But it's like, okay, I did find it. So you can't be mad now that I want to leave you because I found what I found. Like you can't be mad because I want to leave you because I found what I found.
That's exactly how I feel. Like, don't be mad that you got caught.
You got caught.
So there was one final thing actually I want to go over with you guys, and it is relationship based as well. After the relationship, should you bash that particular person? Like, should you explain that situation via social media? Should you explain that situation via your, well, of course, friends, but if you guys break up in like a crazy way, like, and I don't mean crazy like abuse or anything like that, I just mean like you guys just weren't on the same page. Is it okay to break up like confidently, like not be angry about it, like have the conversation like, yo, we're not going in this correct direction. I'm sorry, you're sorry. Maybe we try this in the future.
Sorry ass.
Yeah, like it's that, because that's not normal. I got a lot of pushback about that.
Well, I don't bash people that I broke up with, but
Isn't the bashing the breakup?
You don't get
like I don't but I've known like my ex that I broke up with. He told people that we broke up because I cheated on him, and I didn't even cheat on him.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a bitch move.
that is a bitch move, and I didn't even cheat on him. And I'm like, why didn't you just tell him the real reason why we broke up? Like, why do you have to lie? But I don't really bash people.
Okay, since I have grown in 2020,
Oh God!
I would say that it's not okay. Like, it's just nobody's business. I have had times where I probably slipped up and said stuff, but it's not like nobody knew I had broke up with my ex, like on the cool. Nobody knew it.
Not on
like
the cool.
they like nobody knew. Like they were like, y'all not together. I'm like,
Barely.
didn't he post another bitch? Like,
Oh.
no, we ain't together. So it's like it didn't start off that way, but I'm in a situation. So sometimes I get heated and I type it up so I can get it off my chest, but then I'll delete it. You know, so it's like I kind of steered away from doing that because it gets everybody in your business. Everybody don't need an opinion because they didn't have an opinion before, so why should they have one now? Unless you're in danger. Then if you gotta call the big dogs, you call the big dogs because I'm definitely gonna call the big dogs if something happened. I'm sorry, you didn't care about my life, so why should I care about yours? You know, but I definitely feel like, I mean, we're grown.
Facts.
2020.
Yeah.
2020.
Like,
Well, actually, we're gonna start
just
the
break
year
up
over.
and move to the different side of town. That's what I do.
From north to south.
I was on the south. I ain't on the
We
south.
don't go south once again. That's not something we do. We don't
Don't
go
go
south.
back. Go somewhere
We
else.
don't go to the south side. South side a little different over there.
Go somewhere else. Find a new nigga, like, or new female, like, just yeah. I don't. What's the need? Like people do it just to get other people's reactions. And I'm gonna be honest, I did kind of slip up and say something
Ooh.
not recently, and I deleted those people's posts because they literally went in too deep. Like I was like, I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're starting stuff. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
they're like, why'd you delete it? Did I? Yeah, you did something wrong.
I think
I didn't ask for this. I had something on my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like sometimes like people engage in it and provoke it, and that's what makes it worse.
I think that's like something. If you're like, we're adults, why would you get on the internet and bash other people? Like,
Take it to MySpace. Ain't nobody on there no more.
Yo, I hit MySpace like a year ago. I kid you not. I hit MySpace a year ago, and like everyone's post is gone. And but the inboxes are still there. I was a dirty little nigga. Like God damn.
Oh,
God
now
damn,
the
bro.
truth
It
comes
was
out.
tough. It was
In
tough.
season 2, the truth comes out.
it's like, I said that.
I was like, damn, this was the same day. Like,
I was wild.
dang, it was like the same day. Like, should I pull up at 5 p.m.?
Yo, you
Oh,
weren't
you
working
get-
by then, so you don't need nothing. You weren't working. Niggas get off at 5. I'll see you at 9.
Oh, 9 was the cutoff because, well, actually that was the start because you got the free minutes after 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the free time.
Right.
My parents used to get on my ass, you know, the household, yeah, sure, I'm gonna pull up, yeah, I'm gonna walk up. Oh, you say 3 miles? That's nothing. I walked those 3 miles, Mom. Calvin, get off the phone. Oh, shit. I'm on to listen to the whole conversation. Calvin, get off the phone.
Ooh, I used to hate that. Ooh, man. I used to
Anytime
hate that.
minutes, yo.
Thank God house
You be
phone
trying to
was
hide the phone from your parent because it's supposed to be asleep, but you want to talk on the phone. I used to do that all the
That T9 in school, you'd be
on.
like,
Answer that phone first ring. Hello.
You like if the phone hangs up, don't call me back.
oh, yeah, don't call me back, I'll call you
I'll
back.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this has been a good episode. This has been funny. I appreciate both of you guys.
I told you it would be good.
I told you. You know, we learned a lot in this episode. Also, prior to this episode, me and Kay had a huge little like mix up. Like we just co-host doing things, and yeah, she kind of was really angry at me and
I
yelled at
was
me.
not angry.
But it's okay.
You
It's
need to
okay.
learn when I'm angry.
I'm angry.
At least she didn't get physical.
Yeah, if she wasn't. If she was here, I'm pretty sure she would like hit me.
No, I wouldn't.
But
Well, the old her, I changed. The old her probably would have swung. You know.
Trip you something.
damn.
Wow. Nigga, you talking shit? Trip you. Oh, you fell? You tripped in the air? You okay?
So we're gonna end it this way. This is the Sometimes We Eat, Sometimes We Talk podcast. We didn't really talk about the food, which is what I really want to do right now.
Let's add it in there with us.
I'm adding it right now.
Okay.
So, can you guys tell me what I made today?
It was a baked chicken with
It was a pesto sauce, tomato something.
With
Baked
mozzarella.
chicken,
Okay,
mozzarella.
yes, that sounds right.
I
right?
literally sent it to him.
She brought the recipe to me and I
And
executed
I don't
it,
know
right?
the name.
So what did you guys think about it? How was your experience? How was this today, tonight? You guys are good. Everything was happy. Everything was good. I said good twice, but whatever. It's okay. Good.
He was late, but it's
How
okay. The food was amazing.
So
It was.
we're going to talk about the food. So can you guys? I'm gonna ask you the same question. Do you guys know what I made?
Yeah, he made baked chicken with mozzarella. No?
Call it baked.
What
Just
do you call
say
it?
pesto, tomato, mozzarella chicken.
Pesto, tomato, mozzarella chicken.
That was baked.
Wow, so I can't say baked. But he can say baked, but I can't say baked. But the recipe said bacon.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was really good, and he had some good old mashed potatoes on
Good
the
old
side.
mashed potatoes.
Homemade,
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
whipping it,
Amazing.
whipping it so good. He had me add lemon
To the
on top of the
chicken.
chicken, and it did make it taste a lot better. Even though it tastes good, but it added, you know, an extra
It
flavor.
added that little like.
a little.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
yeah.
Ooh, and then put some of that juice on it from the pan. Oh, baby. And I put the juice on the mashed potatoes, so it definitely.
Well, that's fine. I didn't think of that. But this is the closing, I guess. I'll reclose and try to figure out what I'm going to do next. But this is season 2, episode 3 of the Sometimes We Eat, Sometimes We Talk podcast. I appreciate you guys both for coming out and being a part of this. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. So we're going to take pictures after this. You might see them
Thanks for having
sooner or
us.
later.
Yeah, it
but
was fun.
I'm glad you guys had a good time, and we maybe will watch a snippet of it if you guys have time to maybe watch 10 minutes of it, or whatever the case may be. If not, cool. But yeah, see you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.